Welcome back into the Bank of Colorado Event Center as it's time for match number 4 out of the gold pool here at the 15th annual NJC Spectacular, where the Caliche Buffaloes, who just came off a win against Otis in 5, set to take on Heritage Christian, who lost to Otis in 3, and then beat Sterling JV in 5. An exciting matchup between these two squads, as Heritage has come in and they've really had a roller coaster of a ride today. And I think this team, they got to focus right now on taking advantage of a Caliche team that just played a 5-setter and is setting to take the court for their second match in a row. For both of these teams, the players to watch on this for the Caliche Buffs, it was Sammy Morgan last game, but great balance on the offensive end of things out of the 6-2 offense. Sammy Morgan played well all the way through the match, but Rachel Edler, Megan Pierce both played very well through times as well. For Heritage Christian, as we come into this match, the players to watch, the one that has been most impressive all the way around today when she's in is Samantha Leone. She plays just 3 rotations on the front row. Very impressed with her. She's had a nice day, as is Sarah Salter and Heidi Friedrich. Both these teams, multiple offensive options in a matchup. And the Caliche Buffs will be in the white jerseys in the near court to start things off here in our 4th match of the day. If Heritage Christian loses, they guarantee they will finish 4th place out of this gold pool. Or no, they don't. They potentially could finish 3rd place out of this. If they lose this, they win. They guarantee possibility of a 3-way tie for first. So they got to keep things going as Sammy Morgan kicks off the scoring for the Caliche Buffs with a kill. Pretty much how the match against Otis ended as well. Serve will come from the Caliche Buffs once again, popped up on the Heritage side, set up, bang off the block at the net from Tana Sysum, and the free ball will be played back over by Caliche. Dug up nicely by Mariah Green, set up on the far side, and the attack from Friedrich, down and wide to make it 2-0. I'm Ben Bleck. Glad you've joined us here at Northeastern Junior College. Every match of this NJC Spectacular. First time it's been able to been brought to you in any form of media all the way through, as in the net was the Heritage block to make it 3-0. And Caliche off to a great start here in the first. Ball rifled deep, dug up back row, and the hammer down and in for a kill for Edler. Heritage lost 25-23, 25-13, 25-22, 25-14 to Otis, then turned around and beat Sterling in 5 to 21-25, 25-20, 23-25, 25-22, and 15-8. A rotation violation on the Heritage Christian side makes it 5-0 for Caliche. And now 6-0 off an ace. Caliche just got done topping Otis 25-15, 21-25, 16-25, 25-23, and 15-6. And Heritage Christian can't get the hit over to make it 7-0 now here in the opening set of our 4th match of the day. Ball line down the middle, popped up back row for Heritage Christian. The attack blocked at the net by Sammy Morgan. Pushed back over off that block. Edler, Lambrecht running bump set, and at the net, the ball went out off of Heritage Christian. Making the right move was Kaylee Smith. She went up for the block, and unfortunately, she could not keep the ball in play on her side. The attack down deep, dug up back row by Jan for the Buffs. Then a big attack for Edler, hammered down and in for a kill. 9-0 run to start the match off for Caliche. They continue with the line serve down the middle. Free ball back onto the Buff side. Set down the middle, and the attack hammered down and in for a kill for Sammy Morgan. 10-0 Buffs. Timeout, Heritage Christian. This Caliche team's definitely a very talented bunch. There's no question about it. And what's scary for the Class 1A the next 2 years is that volleyball is not their best sport. Basketball is the sport that this bunch and the bunch behind them that's in 8th grade down at Caliche have been playing competitively for as long as they possibly can. And the volleyballs, I don't want to say that also rang because they do focus on it quite a bit, but a lot of these girls are even more talented basketball players than volleyball players, and you've seen what they've done so far today. I'll have the serve out of the timeout. Ball popped up by Heritage Christian. Lift ball ace takes it to an 11-0 game. Rifle serve down the middle, dig up, ball popped up by Heritage Christian. The hammer ball down, diving dig out by Jan. Lewis will set it up for Lambrecht, and she catches the back line. One of their setters, and she's in because they try and save a rotation, Caliche does, by starting their 5-2 setter on the front row, and so she turns out being a hitter for this one rotation, and she's not typically the one that gets that kill, but she did right there. Kaylee Lewis will set it up for Edler, crawling the net cord. Ball popped up back row by Heritage Christian. The line shot back and out, and it's 13-0 in favor of Caliche. Line serve down the middle, overpass, diving dig up by Jan, and that overpass will drop in and give Heritage Christian their first point of the match. On a diving dig overpass that cannot be played cleanly by Caliche, 13-1. Kaylee Smith will take the serve for the Eagles. Line down the middle, popped up by Sammy Morgan. Lewis will set it up, and the attack by Edler off the block, kept in play by Morgan. Lewis bumps that up for Lambrecht, and Lambrecht hammers it into the net. And the serve stays with Smith. She'll float it short, popped up by Lewis. Lambrecht underneath it will set it up for a slide shot for Morgan. Cross back over and out. And the Buffs, they 14-2 advantage, and on will come Jess Taylor. Line shot by Lambrecht deep, popped up back row by the Eagles, and a free ball be played deep. Ball popped up backside by Morgan and set up for Edler, who hammers it down the line and in for a kill, 15-2 Buffs. Rope shot back onto the Buff side off the overpass receive, and the free ball played deep by Edler. Ball popped back row by Green. Set it up for a slide wide, and the Buffs are taking advantage of every Heritage Christian error here in the opening set. Serve wide, let go too wide and out. And the serve over to Friedrich. Friedrich knocks a serve into the net, make it 17-3. Line serve deep, blocked back down by Rachel Edler. It's 18-3. Buff serve, fielded far side by Green. Running bumps that up, and a far side swing will come for Heritage Christian and Salter. Chase down, and Edler will line the ball deep. Ball misplayed at the net, and the Buffs, who started this game off on a 13-0 run, now lead 19-3. Ball line deep. Tipped over the net. Ball dug out. Set up by Lambrick down the middle for Pierce. Pierce's attack dug up back row by the Eagles. Free back over. Ball popped, set down the middle. The big attack. Hammered. Caught the back line for Megan Pierce. And a timeout will be taken by Heritage Christian. Burning their second of the opening game. So out of the timeout, the Buffs back onto the floor, as are the Eagles, and 20-3, Caliche with the serve. Ball line down the middle, popped up back row, set it up far side. The attack banged off the block at the net, and the first kill of the match goes to Sarah Salter for Heritage Christian. The first attacking kill. They had the overpass kill. Make it 20-4. And the serve goes to Mallory Green, the Eagle libero. She'll line it down the middle. Ball dug up by Sammy Morgan. Lambrick will set it up to Edler. Edler clips the net cord, rolls it, and drops it. And the Buffs go up 21-4. Floater serve short, popped up back row by Friedrich, set down the middle, left-handed attack, down and in for a kill. The Buffs were caught off guard by Samantha Leone, who at left-handed middle has caused problems for the team she's played already today. Salter with the serve. She'll line it down the middle, too big and out, and give the serve back over to Caliche. Lewis back on. She'll serve and set Shani Stump. First action of the opening game as well. Kaylee's serve deep. Ball popped up back row. Set up for a Mallory Green libero swing. Too big and out. And the Buffs go up by 18. 23-5. Short serve, dig back onto the Caliche side, blocked back down by Hannah Yawn, and it's 24-5. The Buffs one away from sprinting away from this opening set. Lewis with the serve, short, misplayed ace, and that will do game number one. Caliche takes it 25-5. We'll be back with Game 2 from the 15th Annual NJC Spectacular next on ColoradoPreps.tv.
With more than 30 years in business, Pro Sports is the only place teams need to go to outfit for this season. A complete supplier of team athletic apparel, teams get their uniforms and equipment at a team discounted price. Outfit your team with Pro Sports, located in downtown Sterling, but a proud supplier to teams from all across Colorado. Pro Sports offering team discounts. Call now, 970-522-8545, and outfit your team today. Pro Sports, your team source.
Northeastern Junior College Athletics would like to invite you to support NJC Athletics by becoming a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group. The Plainsman Athletic Group has levels of memberships for both businesses and individuals. For more information on how you can become a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group, call 970-521-6618. All support of the Plainsman Athletic Group goes directly to athlete scholarships, ensuring that Northeastern Junior College athletes get the best education possible. Call now, 970-521-6618, and become a member of the Plainsman Athletic Group.
One of the benefits of being a Premier Farm credit borrower is having the opportunity to share in the association's profits. Since 2001, Premier has paid out over $26 million in patronage dividends. Call us if you want to be part of a local, member-owned and controlled cooperative that understands agriculture. We offer interest rates competitive in the marketplace, and our board of directors is committed to a patronage dividend program. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending.
Playing sports takes planning. Our day-to-day lives take planning, but we're not all prepared to plan for all aspects of our lives. That's why we have to rely on people like Joel Nelson at Nelson Financial to help us plan for our retirement. Plan and invest in your best interest without compromise. At Nelson Financial, the only certified financial planner in the area, Joel can't help you out unless you call 970-521-7800. Nelson Financial. Better to plan and not need it than need it and have not planned. Caliche takes game one convincingly 25-5 as we come back for game number two here in the gold pool. Match number 4 over on the black pool. Akron's up 2-0 on Dayspring Christian in match 5. We had back-to-back 5-gamers and very competitive matchups throughout this pool on the gold side. As the Caliche Bus will field the serve to start things off here in game 2. Edler's attack off the block at the net. The return back down and in for a kill. Heidi Friedrich comes up with just the second kill of the match, or third kill of the match for Heritage Christian. Gives them their first lead at 1-0. Kaylee Lewis fields the serve. Lambrecht will set it up, and at the net, the big swing by Sammy Morgan. Banged off the block at the net and down to even it up at 1 apiece. Gives the serve to Jaden Lambrecht as she'll float it short. Ball popped up for Heritage Christian by Sarah Salter. Big attack, too big and out off the Heritage side. They gave away a ton of points in that opening set. A lot of hitting errors, and their service was an issue as well. Got to find a way to quell those errors. I know it's early in the season, but when they get to league play, you don't play in an easy league. There's no question about that. The attack banged into the net by the Eagles, make it 3-1. Of course, volleyball in the state of Colorado, I can't really think of a league that I would truly define as easy. Every league's got at least 3 teams in it that are highly competitive each and every year. Sammy Morgan tips the ball over the net and down, and Caliche's hoping to be able to play one of their league foes, Akron, in a championship game. A win here would all but ensure that for them. As Jaden Lambrecht will line the ball deep. Popped up back row, set it up, and the big attack rifled off the block at the net by Friedrich. And a 4-2 lead. The serve back over to Heritage Christian. Ball line down the far line. Popped up by Young. Chased down by Lambrecht. And then Edler will turn. She'll angle it over. Ball popped up high by Kaylee Smith and free back over by Heritage. Set it up for just Taylor. Taylor rifles it off the block at the net, and it drops down and in for a kill. Make it 5-2 Buffs as Megan Pierce checks in. Serve clips the net. Ball dug up high by Salter to keep Heritage Christian in play. And the free ball, Sammy Morgan got her legs crossed and couldn't get there cleanly. Kept it up, and the Buffs will get a free ball. Set for a big attack, loft deep. And Sarah Salter will come up with the kill to make it a 5-3 tally here in game number 2. Big serve, knocked deep, fielded back row by Sammy Morgan. Taylor down the middle. She'll turn and rifle it off the net, off the block, and then the dig can't pop it up cleanly. And the Buffs take a 6-3 lead over the Eagles. Weingart will check on for Sammy Morgan. Edler floating the ball short, popped up high by Mariah Green. All free back over, set it up far side for Jan. Jan, the lefty tip inside the block at the net. Set it up, and the free ball tipped into the block of just Taylor and down to make it 7-3 Caliche. Edler with the serve. Line down the middle, ball popped up back for Heritage Christian. Set it up, and a miss hit as the set was too close to the net for the Eagles to work with. And Edler with the serve. Put down the middle, popped up by Mariah Green. Back row, set it up for the swing at the net by Smith. Tip back onto the Caliche side. Pierce will turn, split the back row, and drop it down to make it 9-3. Edler continues with the serve for Caliche. Edler floats the ball down the middle. Ball popped up back row, and then the tip into the net for Heritage Christian again, allowing the Buffs on a 5-0 run. Started game 1 on a 13-0 run. 10-3, 13 points into game 2. Line serve down the middle. Ball popped up by Heritage Christian. Pierce in the net. She blocked it the first time, and then it was across onto the Heritage side when she went back up for it again and got tangled in the net. Line serve down the middle, popped up by Taylor back row for Caliche. Lambrecht sets it up for Pierce, and she'll spike it down and in for a kill. Lewis and Stump on for Caliche. Kaylee Lewis with the serve. Her serve is popped up high, and then the free ball played deep. Adler will check it up. Lewis will turn, set it up for Jan. Jan angles it back, and it's chased down for Heritage, kept in play, and a free ball be played onto the Caliche side. Popped up back row, set it up. Pierce will tip it down. Dug out backside, quick set down the middle, and the tip off the block of the net. Ball popped up high, and then the free ball played back over onto the Caliche side. Stump rolls the net cord. Miss hit the ball, and it just crawls over and drops to make it 12-4. Lewis with the serve once again. Ball popped up by Heritage Christian. Set up for Smith. Her attack off the block at the net and down. So Heritage able to get some earlier points here in game 2. Still find themselves down a quite sizable amount. Adler fields the serve for the Buffs. Lewis will throw it up into the hands of Stump. Her set through Stump too far outside the antenna, and she caught it trying to keep it back in play. 12-6. Line deep. Ball chased down by Weingart. Edler behind the back line, and then a free ball over by Lewis. Popped up, chased down by Heritage Christian, back onto the near side. The attack knocked into the net. The Buffs maintain that high single digits lead, 13-6. Weingart will be doing the serving for Caliche. Ball be line deep, popped up back row. Back set in the attack, hammered down and in for a kill by Tawana Sisam. The ball line deep, running bumps that up, and Sammy Morgan tried to go line with cross blocked, and the lead cut down to 5. Heritage Christian starting to battle back here in game 2. Foot fault on the serve for Heritage Christian. Several of their girls use that big jump and planted on the line. Have to take off from behind the line on the serve, and then an ace followed on the Caliche side to make it 15-8. And Hannah Yon will continue to serve. Yon puts the ball under the net that time. Sammy Morgan comes up, going for a big swing to the back row and just missed that back line. And Heritage Christian to double digits. 15-10 Caliche lead, make it 16-10 on a service error. Lambrecht and Taylor on for Caliche, and Lambrecht will be doing the serving. He'll knock it down the near side. Ball popped up, set it up, and the big knock deep. Popped up by Lambrecht Taylor, and then Edler will free the ball deep. Ball checked up back row for Heritage Christian. Set down the middle, and the nice attack by Leone. And in the net went the Caliche block. Heritage Christian back within 5. Big serve deep. Nobody was protecting that back corner. That was Rachel Edler's spot, and she was stepped forward, and she let it go over her head, and it dropped into the back corner, make it 16-12. Line serve deep will be popped up back row by Edler. Set it up for Taylor. Taylor hammers it down deep. Ball dug out back row for Heritage Christian. Set up on the near side, and too aggressive went Salter. The lead back out to 5 for the Buffs, and Sammy Morgan with the serve. Morgan lines the ball down and in for an ace. (18-12) serve. Popped up high by Heritage Christian. Got a good read on that. And then Edler trying to tip it down the line after a high set from Lambrecht. Caught the antenna, and that'll give the serve back over to the Eagles. Service error knocked into the net. So 19-13 goes the lead for the Buffaloes. And Edler will line the serve toward the back corner. It goes off of the rafters, stays on the same side of the net, so it's still in play, and then a lift ball on the Caliche side. So, good serve. Heritage Christian able to utilize the bounce they got off the rafters to get a point. Actually, a couple points here. Going to be an ace on the next serve from Heritage Christian to cut the lead down to 4. Serves too wide and out. You can't follow an ace with an air. Well, you can. It's just not advised. Kayla Lewis and Shani Stumpf will check back in. Lewis will do the serving for the Buffs. Lewis, line near side, popped up by Smith. The attack, too wide and out from Sysum. And the Buffs grow that lead out to 21-15. Lewis, line down the middle, ball popped up back row, running bumps that up in the attack. Knocked deep, dig out by Edler, but can't get a second, and Sarah Salter will get credit for the kill there. And the Eagles trail by 5 and take the serve. Ball floated deep, popped up high back row by Weingart, and the free ball will be played over by Pierce. Short set down the middle, Pierce there for the block. Ball kept in play near side. Friedrich with the attack, dug out by Edler. Lewis will set it up for Jan. Jan, the southpaw, knocks it deep. Dug out by Salter. Tip back wide, too wide and out by the Heritage setter. And the Buffs take the serve back with libero Taylor Weingart. Ball popped up back row, the attack off the block of the net, dug out by Edler. Lewis will throw it up to Jan. Jan pushes it over the block of the net, dug up back row by Green. Green back to Friedrich. Friedrich plays a nice angle, can't be dug cleanly by the Buffs, and she'll pick up the kill. Ball popped up off the receive by Caliche, in the turn, knocked back deep. Set it up, and a free ball be knocked off by Smith for the Eagles. Jan will tip it back onto the Eagle side. Ball swatted back over. Edler, Jan back with the swing. And then the ball kept up by the Eagles. Friedrich with the attack, too big and out. (23-17). Line serve down the middle. Ball popped up, and then a free ball tip attempt into the block at the net of Morgan. Returned by the Eagles, and Friedrich uses the block of Morgan to come up with the kill and get Heritage Christian within 5. But they've got to get off a run here now if they want to have a chance. Ball line deep, popped up back row. Bumped up, and Morgan will tip it over the top of the block and down, and it is game point for the Caliche Buffs. As Lambrecht will be doing the serving. She'll line it down the near side. Ball popped up by the Eagles. Set it up for Friedrich. Her hitting error will end the second game in favor of Caliche as well. The Buffs dominate the first. Closer in the second. Heritage Christian finds themselves down 2-0, 25-8, 25-5, 25-18. Game 3 next from the 15th annual NJC Spectacular here at the Bank of Colorado Event Center on coloradopreps.tv.
This broadcast of high school sports is being brought to you courtesy of the Alan Bear Agency of Akron. In times of such economic uncertainty, let Alan Bear and his staff serve as stability when it comes to your insurance needs. With years of experience serving their community with products in auto, home, and life insurance, the Alan Bear Agency is also available for farm, crop, business, and health insurance as well. Give Alan and his team a call today at 970-345-2310 or stop into 142 Adams in Akron to see how the Alan Bear Agency can serve you.
For certified windshield repair and replacement, you already know to call Smart Parts in Sterling. But what about grill guards, running boards, and other truck accessories, such as BW hitches and 3M clear protective coating for any vehicle? Smart Parts has what you're looking for. Ask about the Vortex system, used for sprayed-on truck liners to protect your truck bed from wear and tear while enhancing the beauty of your truck. For these and other services, see Smart Parts at 530 6th Avenue in Sterling or call 522-5399.
Superior Fertilizer and Construction are proud supporters of the Caliche Buffs. They carry Hubbard feeds for all of your livestock needs. They are also a full-service ag dealer with dry and liquid fertilizer, anhydrous and Chemical Plus alfalfa and grass seeds. If you need a new pole building, give them a call. Same name, same location for 40 years. Give Superior Fertilizer and Construction a call today, 886-2161.
Akron Auto is proud to be the best pre-owned automobile dealership in northeastern Colorado. Quickly expanding, Akron Auto has 2 locations, the original on Highway 34 in Akron and a second on Highway 34 in Fort Morgan. Akron Auto wishes to thank local patrons for making their business possible and asks visitors to stop in and see what may be on the lot for you. Tax time is the perfect time to use your rebate on a car, truck, or SUV upgrade. Akron Auto, better for your budget.
Head to Game 3 here at the Bank of Colorado Events Center in the 15th Annual NJC Spectacular. Caliche up on Heritage Christian 2-0. They have their whole roster, varsity and JV, in here for the third as their junior varsity squad came out and got the, I'm assuming got the victory. They came in all smiles for this varsity one. So we go to the third, and the Buffs with the serve. The ball tipped deep, fielded by Jan. Underneath it goes Lambrecht, set up far side for Edler. Banged off the block at the net, and Caliche, the 2-0 lead, will keep the serve in the hands of Hannah Jan here in the third. 1-0. Jan lines it short. The dig by Green, chased down, and Moriah Green will end up freeing it over. Popped up by Lewis. Set up by Lambrecht onto the Heritage side, and it is hammered down by Friedrich and nearly dug out. Evens us at a point apiece here in Game 3. All line down the middle, popped up back row by Lewis, set up by Lambrecht, punch over the top of the block of the net, dug out by Lewis. Slide set, and the attack played deep by Morgan. Dug up back row, and the tip over the net by Smith for the Eagles. Set it up, and the ball floated back over by Edler. All dug up back row Green, and then Friedrich will turn and punch it back over and deep. Dug up backside by Jan. Lambrecht will set it up for Edler. Nicely dug out by Green back row. Friedrich with another flat swing. Dug up backside by Jan. Lewis will set it up for Edler. Pushed over the top of the block of the net. Dug out, set down the middle in the attack. Hammered off the block at the net by Leone, and then free back off the block from Heritage Christian. Sammy Morgan turns with the attack deep. Friedrich will get the attack hammered back to the Buff side. Jan out. Morgan turns, pushes it back. Ball running, bump set up, and at the net, the attack by Leone is off the block, dug out by Lewis. Morgan down the middle. She'll cross it to the line and in for a kill. Best rally in the match. Caliche comes out on top. You'll see freshman Jordan Nelson step in for Caliche. As Lambrecht knocks the serve deep. Ball pushed back. Dug up back row by Jan. Set up for Edler. Edler crosses it to the back corner. Can't be chased down, and Rachel Edler comes up with the kill. Serve with Lambrecht once again. Ball line deep. Dug up back row. Set up on the far side, and just inside the antenna went Friedrich's attack, and the Buffs block was in the net. And Heritage Christian will have the serve with Friedrich. Friedrich floats it deep, dug up by Edler. Lambrecht slipped trying to get underneath the serve, or the set, and still able to get it over was Heritage Christian, or was Caliche. Then Heritage trying to get it in, and they were in the net. So the score goes to 4-2 now here in the third, and Sammy Morgan with the serve. Buffs are going to dry the floor off where Jaden Lambrecht slipped. Morgan with the serve for the Buffs, fielded back row, running bumps that up and back onto the Caliche side. Two-hit violation, the result. The Eagles will give the serve to Mariah Green, their libero. The serve too wide and out makes it 5-3. And Rachel Edler with the serve. Edler lines it down and in for an ace. So Rachel Edler playing very well in this match, maybe the most consistent across the board for Caliche in this second match in a row for them. Ball floated deep, popped up back row by Mariah Green, set down the middle, and the attack too big and out of the hand of Tawana Sysom. And 10 points into game three, the Buffs have a 7-3 advantage. Ball line down the middle, popped up. Short set, and the attack is dumped down and in for a kill by Sysom. Tana Sysom with the hitting error on the previous point this time. Came up with a good cross kill and gives the serve over to Kaylee Smith, the junior for the Eagles. Ball line deep, popped up by Sammy Morgan, back row, set it up, and Jan will turn, and she'll push it back to the right line. Set it up, and the attack rifled deep for Salter. Dug out by Weingart. Chased down, and the ball set up once again. Salter will turn, push it into the block of Nelson at the net. And the Buffs hold an 8-4 advantage now. Lewis on, her serve, knocked deep, chased down, and the ball will be freed back over by Heritage Christian. Lewis will put it up near side for it. Stump clipping the net cord, and it dropped on her side. That'll be a hitting error and cut the lead down to 3. Ball hammered deep. Sammy Morgan digs it out for Caliche. Lewis will throw it back near side for a nice swing from Megan Pierce. And the Buffs push the lead out to 9-5 here in game 3. It's Leanna LeBlanc coming on for the Caliche Buffs. The sophomore doing the serving. LeBlanc lines it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, set down the middle, and the attack blocked by Sammy Morgan to make it 10-5. You have these extra players here. You can utilize them in shorter matches. This is the back-to-back of a second. Caliche still has to play Sterling JV and then presumably Akron if they hold up the score on this one. I'm pretty sure that Caliche is guaranteed to play Akron. I'll have to do my math in this one. A block at the net by the Caliche defense makes it 11-5. LeBlanc, line serve, deep ball popped up back row, and a free ball be played deep by Green. Lewis keeps it in the air, but gets tagged with a lift in the keep up. And the serve caught the line for an ace from Sysom. Ball line down the middle, popped up by LeBlanc. Lewis sets it up in the attack by Sammy Morgan. Too big and out. Cuts the lead down to 3, 11-8. Resurrection Christian and Dayspring Christian about to play match 6 over on the black court. Here on the gold court, we're still in our 4th of the day, but a good attack by Shaney Stump puts Caliche closer to winning this one. They're up by 4, 12-8, and 2-0. Heritage Christian came from behind, though, against Sterling JV. See if same thing ends up happening here. If they can find a rotation now, a rotation substitution will force a timeout on the Caliche side, as Edler ran off the floor. Weingart did not run on because, well, Edler was on the front row. So you can't exactly play the front row because Weingart is the libero. So the required timeout for the Buffs may benefit Heritage a little bit there. 12-8. Jan with the serve. Ball played off the net and back onto the Caliche side. Edler will get set up, and she'll speed it down and in for a kill. The Buffs with a 13-8 advantage. Keep the serve with Southpaw Jan. The receive back onto the Caliche side. Edler up. Lewis to Morgan. Lefty tip down the line. Over on the hand stuck out. Just a reactionary pop for the Heritage Christian defense. And they get a kill to make it 13-9. Line serve down the middle, popped up on the Caliche side. Nedler will turn, punch it into the block of the net. Ball kept in play. Lewis will set it up for Shaney Stump. She tips it over the block. Ball popped up high and then set back to a nice swing by Friedrich. And Heritage Christian within 3 of Caliche at 13-10. It was 13-0 for Caliche in set 1. Adler cannot make contact with the set, and the lead cut down to 2. Serve will come once again from Salter. Fielded back row by Sammy Morgan. Lewis will set it up for Morgan. Blocked at the net and lift ball off the block. And Heritage Christian is within 1. Ball lined down the middle, and an ace will tie it at 13. Line serve down the middle, popped up by LeBlanc, chased down by Lewis, and a free ball be played deep by Stump. Ball checked up backside, set it up down the middle. Ball rolled across the net court for Heritage Christian. Lewis trying to set it up and gets tagged with a lift ball, and Heritage Christian has taken a 14-13 lead. Line serve down the near side, fielded by Jan. Lewis will set it down the middle for Sammy Morgan. She hammers it into the net. 15-13 Eagles. They've come tearing back. Most of it on the serve of Michelle Kronberg. Deep, too deep and out on her serve, ends the rotation. And 3 subs coming in here for Caliche. Pierce replaces LeBlanc on the back row. Lambrecht and then Nelson on. Set up far side. Friedrich tips it over. Lambrecht pops it up. Nelson will set down the middle for Sammy Morgan. Too big and out. Buffs playing their 8th set in a row. Heritage Christian did that as well, losing to Otis and then beating Sterling JV in 5. Caliche beat Otis in 5, and they're trying to win this one in a sweep and get a little bit of a breather as Otis and Sterling JV are our next match. Sammy Morgan with the serve, hammers it into the underside of the net. 17-15. Green with the serve. Big top deep. Popped up back row by Morgan. Lambrecht will set it down the middle for Nelson. Her attack deep. Dug up back row by Heritage Christian. And then the free ball played over by Sarah Salter, pardon me. The re-attack back over after the Caliche tip. Pumped up by Heritage Christian. They'll roll it over the net. Diving dig out by Young back onto the Heritage side. Punch back down by Salter. And it's now 18-15. Heritage Christian trying to force that 4th set. Ball lined right at Rachel Edler, and over the net it goes. Punched down by Salter. It's 19-15 Eagles. The serve deep, way too deep and out for Mariah Green. The Buffs, they need a great service rotation here if they're going to avoid the 4th set. Rachel Edler with that serve. She'll line it down the middle. Mariah Green misplays it. That's going to be an ace. It's a way to start off a rotation. And Edler lines the serve. Down the right line again. Popped up by Friedrich. Salter with the attack. Too deep and out. 19-18. Buffs are 1 point away from tying it back. All lined down the far side. Popped up back row. Set it up down the middle. And the ball punched deep. Checked up high by Edler. Underneath it goes Lambrecht. She'll set it up to Jan. Jan's left-handed attack deep. Ball set up and the ball punched back over. Lambrecht digs it up high. Nelson underneath it. She'll set it up and into the hands of Jan. Punched off the block of the net. Green digs it out. Set down the middle for a nice swing. Dug out, but not cleanly by the Buffs. And Tana Sisum will prevent the tie and make it 20-18. Eagles with the serve. Ball popped back onto the Heritage Christian side and hammered down by Sisum, 21-18. And Jeanette Lambrecht is not amused for the Caliche Buffs. And she will take her 2nd time out of the set. You can just see the mental fatigue on this Caliche team. It's the same thing that happened to Heritage Christian. They were able to catch the right breaks at the right time, however. En route to their win against Sterling JV in their back-to-back matches. Otis, the only team that doesn't have to play back-to-back in this pool, Akron in the other. Good test for the teams to play some back-to-back and see how they can mentally hold up, because that may be the hardest part. All these girls are in good shape. There's no doubt about it. Kaylee Smith's serve goes into the net for the Eagles, so the timeout disrupts the rhythm a shade, and Kaylee Lewis, one of the seniors on the roster, will have the serve for Caliche. Lewis lines the ball deep, popped up back row. Set up down the middle in the big attack, dug up by Edler. Tip over the net by Stump. Short set down the middle and the ball pushed over. Lewis keeps it up. Stump will set it up down the middle for Pierce, over the top of the block at the net and down. The Buffs step within one of tying it once again, 21-20. Lewis with the serve. She'll line it down the middle. Ball popped up back row, set it up on the far post. Hit inside the antenna by Salter. Dug out by the Buffs. Set it up for Jan. She'll go down the line. The southpaw will tie it at 21. The timeout will be taken here by Heritage Christian as they've seen their lead dwindle down, trying to force that fourth set. Heritage Christian loses here. They'll finish the day 1-2. Owning wins over Sterling JV. They would need Sterling JV to beat Otis in our next match to have an opportunity to finish higher than third. Looking like they will head to a matchup against either, well, probably Dayspring Christian. I think that's how that one works, but I may be wrong. Dayspring and Resurrection Christian are currently playing on the black court. Line serve deep, ball be popped up back row, set it up, and the attack down the line from Heritage. Ball popped up by Lewis down the middle for Pierce, and down it goes, and the Caliche Buffs take a 22-21 lead. Since the timeout at 21-18, they've run off 4 straight. Lewis, jump serve down the middle. Ball popped up by Green, set down the middle, knocked off the block, kept up high by Stump. Underneath it goes Lewis. She'll set it up far side for Jan. Jan's attack, high floater into the stands. The Buffs take a 23-21 lead. And a timeout taken by Heritage Christian will be their final timeout of this third game. Caliche 2 points away from winning this in a sweep. Looks to me like Dayspring Christian leads Resurrection Christian 16-12 over on the black court. Dayspring with a win there would finish second and get a matchup potentially with Otis finishing in the black number 2 position. Pushing Resurrection Christian back to a potential matchup with Heritage Christian. Out of the timeout, the serve by Lewis goes into the net. Cuts the lead down to 1, 23-22. And Heritage is out of timeout, so their illegal substitution of the libero is going to cost them a point and put Caliche at match point at 24-22. If you illegally substitute your libero and you still have a timeout, it costs you a timeout. But when you don't have one, it costs you a point. Now match points for Caliche. Serve deep, set down the middle. The attack by Sysom, blocked by Morgan, kept in play high, and a free ball be played over by the Eagles. Checked up back row by Edler. Lewis will throw it out onto the far side for Yon off the block of the net. Diving dig out by Green. And a free ball be played over by Sysum. Checked up back row by LeBlanc for the Buffs. Set down the middle for Morgan. To the back line. Too big and out. And one staved off for Heritage Christian. Still facing another match point. Jump serve down the middle, popped up high by LeBlanc. Lewis tips it up, keeps it on the Buff side, and then Jan frees it over. Set up for Friedrich. Her attack dug out by LeBlanc. Back onto the Heritage Christian side. They'll go back to Friedrich again. She'll punch it down the line. LeBlanc clean dig this time. Lewis sets it down the middle. Morgan, her attack big and off the sidewall, and that will do it. The Caliche Buffs win in straight sets and go to 2-0 in back-to-back matches, 25-5, 25-18, 25-23. They're 2-0 and have one more pool play match before their cross match as well. Caliche, a great performance so far. Up next, we've got Sterling JB and Otis on ColoradoPreps.tv.